Welcome back to Justuno's video tutorial series. Today, we're going to build out a basic email capture workflow, and we're going to build it from scratch since it's only a few steps. Now, another recommended route for any of your workflows is to go check out our templates library, where you can see any best practice use case workflow template built out for you by either Justuno or by one of our trusted partners. So let's go back to the experiences section here and let's create a new workflow. And we'll create a blank workflow. We'll call this email capture, and it will take us into the workflow builder. And upon entering the workflow builder, you can see that there are the steps and actions that you can add into your workflow on the left. And depending on which action you've brought into the workflow, you'll see the settings for that action over on a right side shelf. And then you can see the enrollment settings for your workflow. So this determines if a visitor re-qualifies for your workflow when coming back to your website. Do you want to re-enroll them into this workflow? You can do no re-enrollment, or re-enroll them a single time per session, or re-enroll them each page load, which might work if you're running a banner on every single page, for example. And you'll also see some unenrollment and suppression settings. So if someone enrolls into this workflow, you can keep them enrolled in other workflows or suppress them from a specific workflow or all other workflows, which generally will help with CRO and ensuring that the visitor experience is still very clean and tidy. So we'll set this one to once per session, and then let's go ahead and build our enrollment trigger. Our enrollment trigger, again, will determine who enters the workflow. So let's say we're going to do unidentified visitors. And this means that their email property is unknown within Justuno. So we do not know their email thus far. So we will enroll anybody whose email is unknown. And then we can say also, let's add to this and we'll say, and the amount of sessions. So we'll go to website behavior. We'll go to sessions. The amount of sessions that they've had on my site is at most 3 all time. So we'll ensure that they can re-enroll into this workflow until their 3rd session, and then they'll be done. So we'll save that, and then let's go ahead and add a delay. So we'll delay for, let's just say 20 seconds here. Great, so we have a 20-second delay. And now I can pull in my design, and this is where the experience actually brings a design to the visitor on your website. I choose my design. Let's check out some of my saved designs. I have an image discount email pop up right here. This is great. I'll also note that every time you drag in a form design, you'll see a sync to app button, and you see the sync to app button over here. The sync to app button over here on the left is a standalone sync to app button. Now, when you're doing something simply like connecting your email capture forms and Justuno properties straight to Klaviyo or to another marketing automation technology, you'll want to use this button right here. So for this example, let's go ahead and sync to app. I can manage my apps. I don't have any apps connected yet, so it'll take me to the apps section. I can go to Klaviyo. And then it'll ask me to authenticate Klaviyo. I'll go ahead and drop in my API key here, and it'll finish the authentication. Great. Let's go back. It's going to take me back to the workflow builder now, and I can see that in the sync to app settings, now Klaviyo is available. Now let's add Klaviyo as a destination for all the emails that I capture via the Justuno promotion. I'll select an email subscriber list like newsletter. You can also select a same or different list if you're also collecting SMS phone numbers here. Subscriber source is going to be the custom property that passes along with the new contact and is uploaded to their Klaviyo profile. And then finally here, you'll see all of the properties that we automatically sync from Justuno over to Klaviyo. This varies based on the integration, but this is meant to just show you, here's what we're already going to send without you taking any extra action. Here's what we'll send over to Klaviyo for you. Additionally, I could send something like a coupon code or some other custom property, and I could specify a Klaviyo property if I so choose. So let's go ahead and save this. So now my design is synced with Klaviyo, and it's synced to a specific list. Now I'll go and check into my design settings, and I won't be able to publish this promotion yet if I attempt to here, because I haven't yet actually uploaded a discount code. So let's go and edit this promotion. Let's say I want to change this to maybe 25% off, or let's say 20% off. Okay. And I will go to my frame here, see my discount code, and let's grab a discount code. Maybe I haven't set any up here, so this will be pretty easy. And have a discount 20% off. Fixed code, it'll be happy 20% off, 20% off. This stuff down here is just for reporting. Justuno will simply present the codes that you have created on your e-commerce platform. So I'll go ahead and select my 20% off. Let's save and publish. Great. We'll go back to our workflow builder. And now my design is completely ready. I can specify an advancing event, which if I leave it unspecified, then visitors who hit this design and close it, as soon as they close it, they'll move beyond this step in the workflow. If I wanted to leave it here, let's say I'm running a banner or some other design that I want to keep in front of the user every page load until a very specific event happens, I can select this, and then I can select either form submission, view, or any CTA click here. So I'll leave that unchecked for now, and this design's ready to go. Now, I can take this a step further. This workflow is perfectly fine and ready to publish to the website. We've determined that we want to enroll anybody once per session whose email property is unknown in Justuno until they hit a maximum of 3 sessions. And each time they qualify, there'll be a 20-second delay, and then they'll see this pop up. And if they just close the pop-up, whether they submit a form or not, they will move through the workflow to the end. And we can start taking this to another level. We can add an if-then branch, and since I do have an email capture form here, I can say if after this step in the workflow, their profile property for email address has been updated in this workflow, I can apply that and rename it just to cross all my bases here. So form submit. Check that, and I can add an else branch. And now I have a path for my visitors who have taken one step versus the other. I can, at this point, wait to see if they exit the site. Like this. We can say cart abandoners or else. So now we have our cart abandoners. And I can say, let's show them a really nice, let's remind them of their 20% offer. And if they're not cart abandoners, then we can show them a different design that asks for an email or asks for some more information or waits for them to come back after another session to remind them of things that they had in their cart or anything like that. And so you can see how your workflows can start to expand into entire user experiences on your website.